I never thought a FaceTime call with my grandmother would be my wake-up call. There I was, on a typical Saturday afternoon, half listening to her talk about her garden while I juggled between texting friends and answering emails. When she asked what I thought about her prize-winning tomatoes, I drew a complete blank. The digital walls were closing in, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something vital was slipping away. Every notification, every quick fix dopamine hit, every autoplay video, they were all fragments of my attention scattered to the digital winds. With everything just a click away, I started craving something tangible. That's when I stumbled upon the concept of analog living. Not an entire rejection of technology, but a thoughtful counterbalance to our tech-heavy existence. It's about embracing patience and, most importantly, being present in the moment. It started with an old library I discovered during my lunch break. Not the sleek modern kind with more computers than books, but one of those hidden gems with wooden shelves all around. The librarian noticed me running my hands along the spines of old classics while taking work calls. "Those books have waited hundreds of years to be read," she said. "Maybe they can wait until your lunch break is actually yours?" That comment hit home harder than she probably knew. That weekend, while decluttering my apartment, I found my old calligraphy pen from a class I'd taken months ago. I remember how the instructor would say, "Each letter is amusing." Back then, I was too busy checking my phone between strokes to understand what she meant. But now, sitting at my desk with no screens in sight, I finally got it. The simple act of forming each letter became my refuge from the digital storm. I wrote a letter to myself, 5 years into the future. As I wrote about my hopes, fears, and dreams, something shifted. The permanence of ink on paper made each word feel more intentional, more real than any digital message I'd ever typed. I realized how many of our deepest thoughts get lost in the noise of notifications buried under the endless scroll of our screens. Sometimes the most important conversations are the ones we have with ourselves. My newest analog love story began at a garage sale among old Christmas decorations and forgotten exercise equipment sat a fairly new record player, my gateway to vinyl collecting. The owner spent an hour showing me his collection, telling stories about each album. Music wasn't just background noise for us, he said. It was an event. Now, every Friday night, instead of mindlessly streaming playlists, I carefully select a record from my small but growing collection. As Vince Resolve filled the room, I found myself listening differently. No skips, no distractions, just me, the music, and a sense of intentionality. The process of flipping through records and setting the needle has made me more conscious of what I listen to and why. It's reshaped not only my Friday nights, but how I think about music as a whole. The change didn't happen overnight. I still check my phone too often, and yes, I still stream movies. But now, when my grandmother calls, the laptop closes. When a vinyl record spins, my phone goes into another room. Each letter I write, and yes, I write them now, gets my full attention. It's not about choosing between digital and analog, it's about rediscovering what we lost in the rush to be always connected. Sometimes, the best connections happen when we slow down enough to let them in.